And this is Storytime with J.O. Welcome back. It's a brand new episode. This is Laugh With Me, a podcast with Jeremy Odem. I'm your host, J.O. To the thousands and thousands of you that listen to us every single week, thank you so much. We are proudly sitting in the top 60 comedy podcasts in the United States on iTunes. Thank you so much. And we got our first number one in India. Thank you, everyone in India that has given the show a shot, and it appears we're climbing in Great Britain. So, to the Brits, thank you very much. But, we keep on trucking. Remember, we'll have a brand new episode again in just a couple of days on Friday for the Friday Happy Hour. But right now, this is Laugh With Me, and this is Storytime with J.O. So this past weekend, the family and I, we were in Kansas City, Missouri, KC watching our San Diego Padres take on the Kansas City Royals. But won the series, first of all. Just spoiler alert, Padres won, in case you DVR'd the game. And would we still say DVR? Or what Johnny, is DVR, remember when I was growing up, it was, you recorded on VHS tapes, and then it became TiVo. Everybody was using TiVo. That was the first way you could record digitally. I never had a TiVo, but then we would record them on our DirecTV, DVR, or Cox cable, whatever. You record them digitally that way. That was awesome. I don't know if we still call it that now. On YouTube TV, we throw it on the in the library. So anyway, in case you threw the game in the library and you're getting caught up on last weekend's games, the Padres took the series. And we took 2 of 3. In fact, we were 2 outs away from winning the series, the sweep, from getting the sweep. But you can't win them all. But it was a good time. It was hot. Missouri in this time of year, apparently pretty freaking hot. I'm used to going to Missouri, like in the winter to watch Charger games. And when they play the Chiefs. And it's pretty freaking cold. We've had some cold ones, like negative. We've had those 0 temp games where you're out there, you're bundled up, but you still got a beer in your hand. You're still tailgating because, the grind never stops. But nice. I want to tell you about this weekend. I mean, there's some things. I haven't been to a ball game in a while, like a major league ball game. We go to we have AAA of the Royals, the Omaha Storm Chasers here in town. So we do attend quite a few games of the Storm Chasers, but haven't been down to KC for a baseball game in quite a bit. But a few things stuck out to me about the baseball games. Few things that I thought they're just incredible. Good people watching, basically. Some good people watching. I think it was Friday night, and there was this kid, I don't know, he was probably, he was a teenager. Maybe 15, 16 years old. Couldn't have been older than that, but he's with what looked to be some family, and he's there, he's watching the game, and he's telling them, because they were giving away, they had the 50-50 raffle, and he was just talking about, how much money he would like to win and what he would do with it. And it was so interesting, this kid. Most kids, when they say they were going to win 30, 40, 50, or $60,000, I'm going to get a car, go on a trip, buy a bunch of video games, things of that nature. He had bigger dreams than that. I mean, this was next level. I mean, this kid definitely was. It was like it was like a Benjamin Button situation where maybe he wasn't 16. Maybe he was like 42. Maybe he was 35, and he just looked like he was 16 years old. Because this fella, he's like, man, if I get $60,000, man, that's new kitchen money. That's new kitchen money. You get 60 grand, we're gonna tear out all the cabinets, the flooring, all new appliances. Kid was hyped. Never seen a kid so hyped for a new kitchen. Never. My dad and my parents, they're putting in a new kitchen at their house. They're not even this hyped. Maybe it's because they're doing all the work, but it's like they're not even this hyped. They're not as hyped as this kid is. $60,000, brand new kitchen. I hope he won the 50-50. I hope he did. I wish I knew who he was so that I could see what this kid. This is a kid that when he gets $100 in like birthday money, he's probably putting it in the stock market and just seeing what kind of investments he can make. Like, this is what a kid. Yeah, $60K. That's new kitchen money. Good for you, dude. So then I'm walking through the concourse area, and that's where you see some special. I saw a legit fist fight about to go down. It was at the very end of the Friday game. The Padres were just taking it to the Royals. I mean, we had like 11 straight hits or something in the 8th inning. I mean, or 9th, the 7th inning, whatever it was. We just took it to them. And at this point, we were up by quite a bit. It was like 11-3 or something like that. And there's this he's a big Padres fan. And I'm not saying he was a big Padres fan that his fandom, like it's not like he was all decked out and you knew this was like the biggest fan you've ever seen. No, like physically, he was big in stature, very tall, lots of muscle, obviously lots of booze in him. And he was ready to take it to this shorter Royals fan. No clue what the fight was about. But the Royals fan's girlfriend, she made the right call by getting in between, getting the Royals fan out of there, because it was about to get messy. And all I was trying to do was, say hi to Grant. You know Grant, he's been on the show a few times. Grant Pearson, he was at the game and was just saying hi and seeing what's up. He was there with his son Dez, but we got a fight about to unload right behind us, but luckily it didn't happen. In hindsight, I'm like, maybe I should have jumped in and got, and tried to get the Padres fan to just be like, dude, you're going to just kill this guy. It's not worth it. Like, just let it go. Let it go. Padres are winning. Ultimately, that's what matters here. Get his mind right. But instead, I was just kind of watching out of the corner of my eyes. I was talking to Grant because if anything went down, I'm going to have to film it, right? Somebody has to be there with their phone to film the fight at the game, and I felt like that was my duty at that moment. But that's not even the story here. What the story that I'm trying to tell is I'm in the concourse area, and as I'm walking back, in between innings, they have all the fun games on the video board, and this one was the hidden ball game. I'm walking, this guy, he's with his, what I would assume to be a girlfriend. He stops her, and he goes, look. It was for the hidden ball game. So any of the folks who operate, the in-game activities, if you're listening, it works. Like, people are into it. So, enough to stop in your tracks and look up to see if the ball is in the hat that you pick. I don't know. I thought that was hilarious that he stopped. It's not like, oh, look, Bobby Witt Jr. is coming up and we're about to get a rally going against these Padres. No. We're getting smoked. by the Padres. And the hidden ball game's about to come on. Have you ever thought about creating your own episode? You know, like having your own podcast? What are you waiting for? Get started at podup.com. We are one of the sponsors of this podcast, and we would love to someday sponsor yours. Starting is as easy as creating an account at podup.com today. Podup has literally everything that you need to run a full professional show. Podup has over 35 different tools with AI integration to further help you succeed. Create a free starter account or get a paid account for 15% off with code LaughWithMe15. So go check out podup.com, or if you're wanting a podcast that's done for you where you pay an agency to do all the website, social media, editing work, you got to check out podallies.com. Pod Allies is an agency run by the folks that literally built the Podup podcasting software. Get started with them at podallies.com. Get 15% off when you sign up today for Podup or Pod Allies with code LaughWithMe15. We can't wait to create with you and launch your podcast. It's coming up real soon. It's the Take Steps Crohn's and Colitis Omaha Walk in Papillion, Nebraska at Werner Park on June 15th. It starts at 9 a.m. with a dedication ribbon ceremony. You can join the Laugh With Me team as we'll be walking. You can see us June 15th at 9 a.m. Join the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation's largest, most impactful fundraising event, Take Steps. We'll come together as a dedicated community of supporters to walk and raise funds for those living with inflammatory bowel disease, otherwise known as the IBD. Funds raised through Take Steps help to accelerate research, advance treatments, and provide education and support programs to improve quality of life for those living with inflammatory bowel disease. Together, we'll make our way to the top of Mount Remission, and our ultimate goal, cures for Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. This is, again, it's in Papillion, Nebraska at Werner Park, 9 a.m. on June 15th, 2024. I hope to see you there. If anything, if you want some exercise and you want to come out and walk with the team, awesome. If you have the opportunity to maybe help donate so that we can help find a cure for Crohn's and colitis, awesome. Appreciate it so freaking much. If nothing else, if you can just share our posts, share the messages, and help get the word out. It is so freaking important. As you know, this is something that is very near and dear to me, as I have Crohn's disease myself, and I have former coworkers and friends that have also deal with this, and it's trying, and it's not just trying for the people that have it. It is also, as I found out, something that is difficult for the people that are supporters of those that have it. So please just help get the word out. The Omaha Take Steps Walk to help cure Crohn's and colitis. It is on June 5th. You go to these games, there is a lot of away fans there. You know, I was one of 4 rooting for the Padres. And then there's just all kinds of Padres fans. And you could go to any stadium in the country and you're going to find away fans. Why don't they have merch? Why doesn't the away team get to go and bring like a kiosk of merch, and when it's out, it's out? It's a way to sell more merch. I mean, I would have unloaded on that thing. What's a guy got to do to be able to go to KC Mo and get a San Diego Padres hat? You know? Sounds like there's an opportunity to make some money. But just saying. But while we're talking about merch, another merch idea that I had is like sports teams, and maybe it's not so much baseball because there's so many games, and probably the same with basketball. There's just so many games, but football. Why don't you have like like this coming season, like the 24-25 season, and it looks like a band T-shirt, like a tour T-shirt, And then on the back, you list the schedule or you list the dates. Like, make it look like a band's tour t-shirt. That would be awesome. I would totally be in for something like that. I feel like putting the schedule on merch in professional sports is kind of an outdated thing, but they made it so lame. It looked too professional before. And really, anymore, you only see the schedule on merch in like college and high school, and it's not even necessarily the official teams like pumping those out. It's like realtors and the air and heat folks that come and service your air conditioner and your heater. Like, they send you magnets and it's got the schedule on it. Maybe they have a koozie and it's got the schedule on it. And then, their business logo on it. Those are great. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying there's an opportunity for some sweet t-shirts that look like a band t-shirt, I think we can learn from the music industry in this regard. Just saying, there's an opportunity to make some money here. My biggest thing that I came away with from the trip in Kansas City, and it wasn't, that the Padres are probably a team that is going to make a hell of a run this year. You heard it here first on Laugh With Me. And I know you come here for all your breaking sports takes. I know you do. And I've got them in my head. And you generally don't get to hear those unless you listen to WTL, because when I guest on that show, I give you my takes. I give you predictions. I'm going to give you one right now. The Padres are a team that is going to get hot and make a run in the playoffs. This team is built for the playoffs. Plays amazing defense, timely hitting, goes base to base, generates runs, guys that hit for average, guys that can slug too as well in those clutch situations. We have the best closer in baseball. We have a rotation that in a short series, you're not going to want to mess with. You're not going to want to mess with. And we have a bullpen that's probably one guy away from becoming pretty locked down. And we have a manager who's willing to make moves at any point in any game in order to win. Doesn't give games away. I love that. I love that about Schultz. But anyway, the Padres, they're going to make a run. But that's why we're off track here, Johnny. It's like those late episodes in season 1 where Johnny he's keep me reeled in here. They did the wave at the game. Where the fans, they stand up and it goes around the stadium. I don't know your opinions on the wave, for those of you that are listening, but the wave is gotta be the dumbest thing happening right now in baseball. Not the rule with the guy that starts on second in extra innings, not the pitch clock, not the limited mound visits, not the rushed games, which are causing, potential injury. No, it's the wave. And it's not even the disruption of, people standing in front of you or whatever. I don't care about that. That happens throughout the game no matter what. People are coming up, they're going. I mean, if that was a thing, they wouldn't allow it. They wouldn't allow you to stand up during action. You wait in between action. But they allow it. It's part of the deal, whatever. I'm not. I don't care. I don't have an opinion on that. What I care about is that the fans who have paid whatever amount of money they've paid to go to these games, some a lot, some free, we as a fan have decided that we are going to become the show. Like, we're going to become the show. It's distracting to the players. It has nothing to do with cheering on the fans. In fact, the wave is one of the few times in the game in which the fans of the home team and the away team come together to do something. and it's silly. I totally understand coming together at the beginning of the game, the national anthem. That's baseball. That's baseball. So that's good. I like that. We can stick with that. Everybody comes together for that. Everybody comes together for the 7th inning stretch. That's because it's baseball. The 7th inning stretch is important to what we're doing here. We're coming to the game. We're getting up. We're stretching. And we are gearing up for what's going to be the most pivotal part of this game, which is the final couple of innings. Fans also come together, when they do the in-between innings celebration of a soldier or somebody who has represented our country in the military. That's a beautiful thing. I thought it was so cool how every game we went to this weekend, the Royals, they had a picked fan that they were going to showcase and give their kind of bio and give them their moment, and they showed them up on the big ass video board, and everybody stands up and cheers them, and it's really cool, and you can tell that it matters to them, and it should matter to us that we get to show our appreciation to them. I thought that was awesome. Both teams' fans will come together for that, as we should. But the wave has no purpose in all of this. This is everybody coming together to show the players that whatever you're doing on the field right now doesn't really matter. Even though it's in-game action happening, what we're doing is important. We're going to pay attention to where it's going around the stadium, and then we're going to stand up and put arms and go, woo! When it comes to us, and it's just not necessary. I was telling my son, Braden, I'm like, this is terrible. I didn't stand up. I will not participate in the wave anymore. And I don't know if I'm old guy, just shaking my fist at the sky type of thing. Shout out Eric. But, I just feel let's pay attention to the game. That's why we're here today, right? That's why we're at the game. And I'm a guy who, when I was younger, I've started waves. Okay? I am a guy, and these stories are for another time. But old school Rosenblatt Stadium, College World Series, Omaha, Nebraska. I was in the left field GA seats starting waves. That was younger me. You do goofy shit when you're younger. That's one of the things I was doing. I was starting waves at baseball games. We're not proud of it. Okay? I'm not proud that that's who I was. But I am proud that I've grown up and can finally say, the wave's wrong, and the wave needs to go in baseball. You want another hot take? That wave they do in Iowa City during the Hawkeyes games. What is it? At the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter, something like that, where they wave out the kids at the hospital. I don't like it. I still can't get over that guy walking on the concourse, and he's looking up at the TV monitor. He's like, oh, hold on, look at this. Look at this. It's that stupid hidden ball. Maybe he's got money on it, you never know. Maybe he's got some bets, he's got some money, he's got some skin in the game, and it is important. He needs to check out what's going on. You never know. You just never know what people have going on in their brains, but it was awesome. And maybe a brand new $60,000 kitchen was online, and this guy had to make sure that he picked the right hat. For the record, I did. I picked hat 1. I was following the ball the whole time, and it's so difficult. And I don't know. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know if you can actually track the ball under the hat the whole time, or if at some point it goes out of sight and then it's just, a randomizer and then somebody's just hitting a 3, for that week. But I got it right, so I like to think you can see it because I was my eyes were just diving all over the place, and yeah, Got it right. I don't know. I'm just built different, I guess. But thank you for listening. If you haven't already, follow or subscribe. I appreciate it so much. Or follow us on our socials. You can find us on the X. We can find us on the Instagram and TikTok. And, of course, YouTube, as we're gearing up for the launch of Season 2 of the Laugh With Me podcast. We'll talk to you Friday for Happy Hour.